Hi parents, in this video we are going to discuss the steps you need to take to start a bedwetting alarm treatment. So this is for the parent who has a child age 7 or older who wets the bed almost every single night and has decided together with their child that the best course of action is to use a bedwetting alarm. These then are the best practice techniques you should use every single night while you are following the bedwetting alarm treatment. First of all, as we talked about in our previous video, you need to have a very regular bedtime routine. So your child should go to bed at the same time every single night, get his pajamas on, use the bathroom, brush his teeth, hook up the wetinator or the bedwetting alarm, and call you and let you know that he's ready or she is ready for bed. Then you're to go upstairs and help your child have a practice run. So they're to lay down in bed, and then you pretend like the alarm goes off, and you're practicing with your child what they need to do when that actually does happen in the middle of the night. Hurry, hurry, hurry. You're to run into the bathroom, detach the alarm, use the bathroom one last time, wash your hands and face, reattach the alarm to the child's underwear, then call out the password or do your secret handshake with your child. Then it's time for the child to head back to the bedroom, get back in bed, and if they've cooperated, they've earned 15 minutes of bedtime book. Choose a great book that your child loves. I also recommend my children's book, Prince Bravery and Grace, Attack of the Wet Nights, but I'm assuming at this point you have read this with your child several times. So whatever book it is that you've chosen, read 15 minutes or one chapter of the book to them, give them a big hug, and at this point I would just ask them, okay dude, when the alarm goes off, what are the steps you're going to take? And let your child tell you exactly what he needs to do so you know that you're both on the same page with that. So the child should let you know, I'm going to jump up out of bed, run to the bathroom, go pee one more time, wash my hands and face, and give you the password. Then, of course, I strongly recommend that you say your prayers with your child. Give them a big hug and let them know when the alarm goes off, you are going to be in to help them, but that you do expect them to cooperate as best as possible. Every night you want to make sure that you have the equipment ready that you're going to need. So you want to have extra dry underwear in the bathroom. You might have a nightlight in the bathroom or even in your child's bedroom if it's difficult for them to find their way to the bathroom. You want to have the chart or the journal sitting either there in the bathroom or the bedroom with a... In the bedroom, you need to be sure that you have the mattress pads, the waterproof mattress pads on the bed. You also might want to have a plastic bag in your child's hamper so that they take their wet underwear and wet mattress pad and put that in the plastic bag. Of course, you want to have that positive attitude throughout. Now let's say it's the middle of the night and your child's bedwetting alarm has gone off. Generally, in the very beginning, for the first week, 2 weeks, possibly even 3 weeks, your child is probably going to sleep right through that blaring alarm going off in their ear. You need to run in, wake your child up, and head them into the bathroom. You may need to really physically shake them and get them awake. Get them into the bathroom. They should try to go pee. Then you help them turn the alarm off and take it off of the wet underwear. You have your child wash their hands and face, get clean underwear on, and at this point help them to get the wetinator or the bedwetting alarm back on their underwear. And you then want to get that password or do your handshake with your child. This is a little bit of a, hey, great job, dude. You got in here. That alarm got you up. You are doing it. I'm so, so proud. Get the password, get the handshake, have your child get their wet things, take them into the hamper, take the wet mattress pad off, put it in the hamper. Now your child climbs back into bed. You give them a big kiss and say, go roll over and go back to sleep. And if the alarm goes off again, we're going to do this all over again. But I'm so proud of you. You did a great, great job. In the morning when you wake your child up, you want to take 5 minutes to go over the chart or the journal. So you're going to have your journal or have your chart or your journal. Here's a sample of a chart. And you are going to complete what time the child woke up, how wet or not so wet the child was. If they cooperated with wearing their alarm is also important. This needs to be very positive and up. A week or two. It's just reassuring and staying positive about wearing the alarm. That's the most important thing. You're proud, proud, proud of them for wearing the alarm. If there is a dry night, that's awesome, but don't make a huge production out of it. Just, oh my gosh, look at you. You are doing everything you need to. Another thing that I want to make clear during these first few weeks is that it is extremely important for your child to get fairly well awake when the alarm goes off. They should not be going through the whole process in a sleepy daze. That's why you need the password or the handshake. That's why you want to take time for the child to wash their hands and face. That will get them just awake enough that the brain is getting that connection. And after the first few weeks, you should begin to expect your child to hear the alarm himself and begin to get up and head into the bathroom before you even get there. So that's what you want to begin encouraging. So pause when you hear the alarm after the second or third week and let them get up out of bed by themselves. Let's talk about the time when your child is frustrated and he starts to have a bit of a tantrum that he doesn't want to wear the alarm tonight. You are going to be prepared for that. It's probably going to happen. The key is to stay calm, to not get drawn into the drama. Your child needs to wear the bedwetting alarm. You've decided that together. You're not going to let your child back down and not wear the alarm. But you're also not going to scream and yell in order to get your child to wear the alarm. So if your child is giving you a hard time, they're having a tantrum or they're whining or complaining, you stay calm, show some empathy. Say to them something along the lines of, I know that this can be so frustrating for you. You wish that those darn wet nights would leave you alone and just go away on their own. But we both know that for you, it's going to take wearing the alarm in order to get those wet nights to be completely gone. And I'm so proud of you. You have been working so hard. You just have to be brave for a couple more weeks. And I really believe that this is going to work for you. You can also talk with your child about a time when they've learned something new and they've had a big accomplishment. A suggestion I have is to talk about when your child learned to ride a bike. They needed your help in the beginning, so you held on to the bike and they really didn't get how the whole balance thing worked. But they didn't give up. They fell, but they didn't give up, did they? They just got back on that bike and they kept trying and trying. And now, oh my goodness, they're fabulous at bike riding. Something along that line. It could be a video game that they thought was really hard, but they kept at it and at it and at it, and now they're so good at that game. Or a sport that they're involved in. Talk about how they weren't that good in the beginning, and now through practice and not giving up, how much better of a player they are. Use those things to motivate your child. Another great motivator for a child who's giving you a hard time at bedtime about not wanting to wear the alarm is the bedtime ritual. You need to calm down and you need to get your bedwetting alarm on. And when you're ready, call me and let me know, and I'll be back in and we will read book together. But until then, no book tonight. That is oftentimes all it takes to get your child to settle and go ahead, get their alarm on. The key to a child who's giving you a hard time about not wanting to wear an alarm is to be consistent in the very beginning. If you nip this in the bud, consistency those first couple of times will keep this from going on a lot in the future. So just positive, positive, positive. Lots of praise. Don't get drawn into drama. Let's also talk about some fun ways to keep your child cooperative through the bedwetting alarm therapy. Again, it's probably going to take a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. If you follow my suggestions, you stay calm and upbeat, generally it's sooner rather than later. Be sure that you're filling out that chart or journal every single day. If you're doing the journal, write some positive notes in there. You might also let your child win or earn some extra bedtime book time. Generally, kids thoroughly love this time with their parents, so use it. You can also have some small rewards on hand. I'm talking just maybe some baseball or football cards or a small toy, something tiny, something simple, nothing that's more than $1 or $2. This is then how a typical bedwetting alarm treatment will go. In weeks 1 and 2, your child will probably sleep right through that alarm. And you are going to have to go in and wake them up and get them into the bathroom, and typically they are still going to be very wet. About weeks 3 and 4, your child is going to begin to wake up a tiny bit when the alarm goes off, and many times they're not going to be soaking wet. They'll just have a small amount of urine on their underwear when the alarm goes off. Weeks 5 and 6, your child, you should expect to be occasionally waking up on their own and getting to the bathroom. You're going to really want to encourage that. Give them the time when the alarm goes off to get up on their own. Weeks 6 and 7, you can expect a few dry nights, and you'll have some dry nights interspersed in the first several weeks as well. Once your child begins to have some dry nights consistently, it's important that you don't stop using the alarm too soon. They absolutely have to have 14 dry nights in a row. You need to be your child's coach and cheerleader throughout this whole process. There are going to be times when your child gets discouraged. They've got to be brave, and the best way for them to be brave is for you to believe in them and not let them quit. Trust me, when your child wakes up and is dry for that 14th time, the look of absolute joy on their face, knowing that they have defeated their wet nights, is going to be worth every millisecond of lost sleep that you've endured. And you can be so proud of yourself that as a parent, you have been your child's support through all this. And in just a few short months, bedwetting is just going to be a memory. I want you to remember that every night I am cheering you on. The good Lord is on your side, cheering you and your child on. If at some point throughout this process you feel like you could really use a little bit of help, some questions that I haven't covered in my videos, I am available for a phone consultation. If you'd like, you can contact me through my email, which is braveryandgrace@gmail.com. I hope that my video has been of benefit to you, and I wish you the bravery and the grace to defeat your wet nights. Good luck and God bless.